Do we understand everything we are doing? Many times we follow the laws of the Torah without knowing the reason behind. But many of us actually trying to understand, learning Zohar and Kabbalah and Midrash and Ta'amei mitzvot, the reason behind the mitzvot, because we actually want to know what we're doing. And it's very important, obviously, very special. You know exactly the reason why you're putting tefillin, why you're keeping Shabbat, why you're eating kosher. But at the same time, sometimes not necessarily the best thing is to know the reason behind the laws of the Torah. Why? In our parsha, one of the mitzvot, one of the most beautiful mitzvot that we see in our parsha is that we need to appoint a king. Som tasim alecha melech. The Jewish people as a nation needs to appoint a king to themselves in Israel. So they will have someone, a leader, someone that can guide the Jewish people to do the right thing. And the Torah said that, having a king is something very special, but at the same time, the king himself should also know that he should not have lots of women, lots of money, and lots of horses. And you can ask me, what's the problem with having lots of horses? I understand maybe women or money, but horses? What's the problem? You can have thousands of them, right? The Torah is telling us, Lo yarbe lo susim. Why? Because the best horses are in Egypt. And if the king will have lots of horses and he will be very into the horses, he will go to Egypt, and we're not allowed to go back to Egypt because we were slaves over there and we left. God took the Jewish people out of Egypt. Lo tashub Mitzrayma. You're not allowed to go back to Egypt. So the Torah is telling the king should not have lots of horses because that may lead you to go back to Egypt. The king of the Jewish people. And we see that King Solomon, when he was reading the Torah, he learned about that. And he, as a king, he was like, I can have lots of horses because I know the reason. And the reason is that if you have lots of horses, maybe you'll go back to Egypt. But I already know, and I'm telling you, I won't go there. Not only that he went back to Egypt, he got married with the daughter of the king, the daughter of Paro, the king of Egypt. Why? Because he said it's not going to happen to me. Even the king of the Jewish people, knowing the reason behind the law, breaking the law, the result is going to Egypt and actually getting married on the same day that he built Bet HaMikdash, the first temple, is getting married with the daughter of Paro. Why? Because the Torah is telling you, don't buy lots of horses. You'll go back to Egypt. Sometimes it's not good to know the reason, because when you know the reason, you feel like you're secure, you're okay, you're comfortable. Sometimes you need to follow. You need to understand that there is structure in life, there is boundaries, there is limitation, and those kind of boundaries are here to protect us. Imagine there's not going to be any boundaries between the ocean and earth. It's going to be tsunami, the water all over. We don't want it to happen, right? So sometimes you just need to have the boundaries. And if the Torah is telling you, don't buy lots of horses, even if you're the king and you're the wise man ever exist, and you know everything, don't do it. If the Torah is telling you not to do it, don't do it, because it's also can happen to you. That's why sometimes it's good not to know the reasons behind everything that we are doing. Sometimes, if your parents, your rabbi, your role model, God, the Torah is telling you to do something, do it. Make sure you have the right structure. You have the boundaries that's going to keep you in the right path. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.